Hello, here I am, day 2 with my new pink quiff. I want to show you a tool that I use all day, every day, to keep myself in a positive flow or to recognize when I'm in that kind of downward spiral. It can happen so easily, right? Where one thing happens, then another, and we can end up in a kind of funk, right? So I keep this over my desk. I call it the flow chart of emotions. It says, how am I feeling? What can I do to raise my vibration and get into a positive flow? And on one side, it shows kind of upward spiral, more positive emotions. And then on the other side, it shows downward spiral emotions. And I don't know if you can see that very well, so let me show you a little printout that I've got of this. So, downward spiral emotions would be something like impatience, frustration, worry, overwhelm, disappointment. I don't know whether you can see these or not. Discouragement, all the way down to powerlessness, victim. But for me during the day, I just like to notice whether it feels like it's like a bit of an upstream paddle. I'm here at my desk, and sometimes I can not take a break and get a little bit hyper about wanting to get a lot of stuff done. And I'll just recognize, gosh, I'm feeling frustrated right now, or I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, or I'm feeling a bit worried. And then I will just do something to raise my vibes and bring me over here to this side, which is focusing more on positive expectation, belief, even contentment. Contentment appears down here, sort of at the bottom of the upward spiral, with love and joy and appreciation and freedom up here at the top. But contentment is a really good emotion. It's fabulous to be content. I think sometimes we think content is a little meh, but actually to be content is a really, really good thing. So I check in with my emotions throughout the day and just notice whether I'm more on the upward spiral or on the downward spiral, and I recognize that I am going to be a vibrational match to however I'm feeling. Emotions are our indicator to let us know what kind of vibrational frequency we're giving out, and therefore what we're going to be attracting back to us. So this is just one of the tools that I teach. I go into this much more in my High Vibe Journey program. You get this, and this is just in module 1. There's a 4-week program. It's starting on Monday, which is why I'm talking about it again right now. And it teaches you all kinds of little tricks like this, all kinds of methods and things that I use to keep myself high vibe. The women who've done this, so I launched this in January 2020, having obviously no idea what was to come. And the first cohort of women who did this in January said that it set them up so much for what was to come in the rest of 2020. And then I was able to run this again 4 more times. This will be my 5th time in 2020 of running this program. And it's small. It's 20 women. And there's a private Facebook group, which is only open for the 4 weeks of the journey. And that's where you have me and you have your High Vibe tribe. And even the women who resisted the whole oh, I don't know about joining a group and all of that, the ones who kind of I'll just have a look, all said, I'm so glad I joined the group. I've got a way of putting things together and holding you accountable and all of that. And there's all kinds of other bonuses coming this month too. Zandra Spencer, who is an EFT tapping practitioner, she is coming in to teach us how to use EFT to help to notice when we're in a low vibration, how to really easily lift our vibes. There's so much more. You can go over to the info page, myprojectme.com, and go to the courses and workshops tab, and you'll find everything about the High Vibe Journey there. So other things I wanted to tell you is that sometimes people think, am I going to have time for this? I've already got so much on my plate. And what I want to tell you is that unlike taking another course, which could, take you off in another direction and just make you really overwhelmed if you've got a lot of other stuff on, this is something that every week the modules are really short and snappy. I'm almost afraid sometimes to tell people how short the actual modules are. They'll be like, what? That's all there is? But that's all it needs to be. I think that sometimes when people are creating courses, they think they have to throw everything but the kitchen sink in and make it much more complicated and long, and then people don't finish it. and people finish the high vibe journey because it's really doable around whatever else you've got going on. And unlike, I always say this, unlike learning a language, like let's say you wanted to learn Italian, and then you would not be able to actually implement it and put it into practice and find out how good you are at it until the next time you go to Italy. The high vibe journey, everything that you learn, you are actually putting into your life with immediate effect. So you learn something and then you're like, I'm going to try this out right now just with my kids. I'm going to try this out right now just when I'm working or with my husband or whatever you're doing. And they're like, oh my God, you get to practice it and do it immediately and get the immediate positive effect. So yeah, it's that's what I love about it so much, is I just love to see how everybody each week is just going like, wow. And it's got long-term effects as well. I mean, I hear from people who did the high vibe journey at different points throughout the whole of 2020 and just said, my gosh, I don't even know what my life would have been like if I hadn't done this, because it has just completely given them a whole new vibration and a whole new way of thinking and being. So people always wait until the last minute to join. So I really encourage you, if you're watching this video right now and you're feeling a little bit of a pull, go over to the info page. There's a little intuition test, because it has to be that your intuition is saying yes, not just me telling you to do it. I never believe people should do things because they should. So go on over to the page and do the little intuition test and just feel inside whether it feels like a forward yes or like a no, not for me right now. And you got to listen to your intuition. That's one of the things I teach on the high vibe journey too, is how to tune into your intuition so that you're not always trying to make decisions from here and you're making them more from here. So take that little intuition test. I hope that it's a yes and that you won't leave it until the last minute, because I'm always having to scramble. It starts on a Monday, and on Sunday I'm always scrambling with answering last minute questions, which I'm happy to do, and then I wake up on Monday morning and too many people have enrolled because I have to go to bed and there's like still places left, and then I end up having to issue refunds and say I'm sorry and disappoint people and all of that. So like, just get in there and then I can put sold out on the page and go to bed on Sunday night and sleep well and not worry about all of this. So there's that as well. All right, hope to see you on the high vibe journey for this round. It's going to be amazing.